What is up, you guys? In today's episode, we're going to walk through a simple and powerful referral program that you can implement inside of your woodworking business to drive your sales up 10 to 20% overnight. Let's dive in. All right, well, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to go check out the Handmade Business Secrets podcast. If you're listening to this on the podcast, if you want a different angle, you want to be able to see things differently, sometimes having a visual representation of what we're talking about just hits the brain differently. So if you want to check that out, be sure to check out Vaught on YouTube. Now, today's episode is pretty exciting because it's a simple, organic method for generating sales and generating leads inside of your business. We talk a lot on this channel about the power of paid advertising, which has really allowed me to scale my woodworking business, Iron by Iron Woodworks. 2023, we did right at $900,000 for the year. I want to talk to you today, though, about how to utilize your current clients and your current audience to continue to drive sales. And you can do it in a way that's even less expensive than what you would normally pay on paid ads. And so I want to talk to you about a referral system, okay? Now, a lot of you guys, referrals is how you live and die, right? I talk to woodworkers almost every single day that are interested in checking out the Woodworking Business Accelerator program, and I ask them how they get their business, how are they getting their current clients, and probably 90% of everyone that I visit with says, word of mouth and referrals. I love word of mouth business. I love referral based business. It's the best kind of business because it doesn't cost you anything. But if you don't have a plan for it, if you aren't actively driving referrals or have a system for it, then it's just kind of going to come and go as it comes and goes. You might have a month that you have a ton of referrals. You might have 6 months you don't have any, right? So we want to systemize how we actually get referrals, how we get people that we've done business for that have loved the product, they've loved interacting with us, to make talking about us and talking about our products a priority to their friends and their family, okay? And so that is through incentives, just like anything else in this world, right? Why do we work out? Because we want the incentive of being healthy and looking good. Why do we go to work every day? Because we want the incentive of the paycheck, right? Of the difference that we're making in the workplace or whatever that thing might be for you, right? So I want to give you guys 4 steps today to implementing a powerful and simple referral system, okay? Number 1 is define the goal. Now this is really, really important because if you don't define the goal at the onset, if you don't define the goal of what you're trying to accomplish through implementing a referral system, you won't be able to monitor it. There will be no metrics around it. You won't be able to see what's actually happening with it. So you want to define the goal, and defining the goal looks something like this. I want X number of my previous clients to generate a referral for me each year. So let's say, for example, you've been in business for just a little bit, you have 100 previous clients. Well, if you had 25% of those previous clients generate referrals for you every year, well, you would get 25 new deals this year alone off of referrals. How big of a difference would that make to your bottom line? So having some actual goals around the number of people or the percentage of your previous client list that you want to be generating referrals for you is important to set on the onset. Again, this will probably have to change at some point because you'll have to figure out how the rest of this works, but it's good to set a goal of like, man, it would be awesome if I could get 25 or 35 or 50% of all of my previous clients to get me a referral this year, okay? Number 2 is you need to define the incentive that you're going to give your previous clients if they give you a referral. And so this is what really is the superpower behind having a referral system. Now, if you don't have any type of incentive for your previous clients and they're just referring people to you out of the goodness of their own heart, which does happen if you're good at what you do, they'll still do it if you do a really great job, but it won't be at the top of their mind. So we want to just help incentivize them a little bit to put it at the top of their mind. How do we make this a priority in the way that they think, in the way that they interact with their friends and their family? There's a few ways to do this, right? You can give them a certain percentage off of their next order. I like to make this point too. You could say, for everybody that you refer to us, we're going to give you a big pat on the back. Well, this is an incentive, but it's not a very good one, right? How many of you guys have gone into a restaurant, you order your food, they give you a receipt and they say, hey, there's a survey at the bottom of the receipt. If you go and you fill out that survey, we'll give you 5% off your next order. And you're like, oh, okay. Well, then you realize that you're gonna have to sit down, you're gonna have to go to the website that's on the receipt, you're gonna have to fill out a 2 or 3 minute survey, and you just paid $10 for your meal, so that 5% off means that they would give you 50 cents off your next meal. To me, that's not worth the 50 cents. So how do you give your previous clients, or your audience for that matter, that haven't bought from you, but maybe they have friends and family that they would refer to you, how do you give them an incentive that is sweet enough to make it a priority in their communication with their family and their friends? And so that's really, really important. So how much will you give your previous clients or your audience for every referral that they send your way? For us, we do a 5% referral fee. What that means is if somebody comes in and they place a $5,000 order and somebody referred them, we will send a $250 check to whoever referred them to us. That's a pretty sweet gig. Let's say, for example, that you're a real estate agent, or let's say that you are an interior designer and you are referring people to us. If you're working with a lot of clients, you can make $1,000, $2,000 a month just by referring people to us within your current network, right? But you want to define the incentive. What am I going to do? And it's got to be sweet enough that it would be at the front of their mind, okay? If it's not a great incentive, if it's not something that would be beneficial to them in a major way, they're really not going to think about it. You can build this whole program out, but it's not going to really move the needle for sales in your business. Okay, so number 3 is you got to define the marketing plan. Okay, define the marketing plan. So just like you market and you run ads or you post on social media for your products to sell it, you need a marketing plan for your incentive program. You need to have a marketing plan for your referral system. Okay, how will you let your previous clients and your audience know about your referral program? It's a very simple idea. How are you going to get the news out? How are you going to tell people about it? So I'm going to give you 5 different ways that you can do this. Okay, number 1 is you can send a monthly email. If you're not currently collecting email addresses, you need to be collecting email addresses. This is going to be vital for the growth of your business. It's super, super important. You need to be collecting email addresses. And with that, you can send out a monthly email just reminding everybody about your great referral program. Number 2 is you can create a monthly post. Just something goes out once a month along with everything else that you do, just to remind people, keep it front of mind, hey, we do have a really great referral program. And you could even put like a chart that says, hey, if they come in and they buy something that's $2,000, this is what you would get. If they buy something that's $5,000, this is what you'd get. If they come in and they furnish their entire home with our products, let's say it's $15,000, well, you'd get a $750 referral check. And so that's pretty awesome. Number 3 is reminding every client as they place an order with you. When people are placing an order with you, that's when they're most excited about your product, when they're most excited about your customer service, is when they're pulling out their credit card and they're handing it to you to place an order. Now, if you take advantage of that opportunity and you let them know right then and there about the referral program that you offer, they're going to be talking about the fact that they just bought, a $3,500 dining table set from this awesome small town custom furniture maker. They're going to be talking to their friends and family about it. They're going to have that referral program in the back of their mind. Number 4 is remind every client when they receive their product. So whether they pick up or you deliver it to them, that's the second point in time where they're going to be most excited about receiving their product. And if the product's awesome, you do a great job, they're going to be pumped. They're going to be pumped to talk about that with their friends and family as they come over, okay? And then last, number 5, this one might be my favorite one, and that is just posting every time that you send out referral checks. We'll sit down and we'll look through the orders each month, and if any came in from referrals, and we'll make out checks to those people that referred people to us. And instead of just putting them in an envelope and sending them on their way, take the extra couple seconds, pull up Facebook Live or pull up your video and record yourself with the check saying, hey, this is Zach over here with Iron by Iron Woodworks. Really excited because we're sending out a couple referral checks right now. So-and-so is getting a check for $175 and so-and-so is getting a check for $300 because they simply referred friends and family to us and they let us know when at the time of order that they were referred by that person. So something along those lines, posting that on social media, it's going to keep that in front of your audience, and it's going to make it real to your audience that you're not just blowing smoke, but that you're actually sending out checks and rewarding those that have sent referrals to you. Lastly, the last step to this is number 4. Define the schedules and routines that you need to implement this. Now, one of the things that I've been guilty of in the past, that you probably have been guilty of in the past, is that you have this big plan that you're going to do, and you put all these things in place, and then you just simply forget to do it, right? You just simply don't make it a priority. I remember I hired a business coach a few years ago, and he was coming in, he was looking at our operations and how we were doing things. There were all these things that needed to happen that just weren't happening and weren't getting done, and he just simply said, you need to put these things on your calendar. They need to be reminders and scheduled into your calendar. And I did that digitally. So Google Calendar, you can do it through Apple, whatever calendar you use digitally. But all the things that I needed to start doing, I just actually put them on my calendar and got reminders, and it had it in front of me to remind myself to get it done and take care of it. So make sure that you are putting these things on your calendar. If you want to implement this referral program, you can absolutely do it. It's something that anybody can do that will help drive sales and revenue to your business. Again, this isn't going to make up 90% of your sales if you're doing your business right, but it should make up 5 to 20% of your sales. You could get a pretty substantial bump in your sales by implementing a simple referral program where you incentivize people to tell their friends and their family about you and your company. So if you have any questions about this, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder, if here that this channel is the greatest place that you can go on YouTube to get woodworking business counsel, woodworking business advice. A free resource that I have for you is in the description below. It's the very first link, and that is the ebook that I wrote. It's about 90 pages long, called the Handmade Business Secrets ebook. It's going to be the path, the guide for you to really start wrapping your mind around what it takes to scale or grow your woodworking or your handmade business. So be sure to check that out. And if you're watching this and you're trying to really scale your woodworking business, be sure to check out the Woodworking Business Accelerator program as well. That's in the description also. With that being said, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.